Hello, sports fans. Welcome to another edition of Vets Plus Sports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my co host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing this Saturday night? Hope y'all doing well wherever you're at. If you're watching basketball, if you're watching baseball, whatever you may be doing out there, hope y'all doing well. And before we get in this episode here, I'll let Beans do a shout out to our listeners.
Yes, we'd like to thank all that come out to watch us on our live. Thank you for giving us your undivided attention. And those that will watch the replay, thank you for watching. And for our audio shows, now we didn't do an audio show this week. I had car trouble, so we'll just leave it at. So I was like, nah, we couldn't do the audio this week. But for our audio listeners, we have our cities like Grinzak, Weiland, Germany, Brussels, Belgium, San Jose, California, Boardman, Oregon, Ashburn, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. Thank y'all for always listening.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in and listening. We got some playoffs to talk about. We'll start with hockey. Um, you had game two last night, but we'll go to game one back on. Let's
Wasn't it
see.
Wednesday?
Wednesday, game one, you had Edmonton winning that one 4-3, taking game one, and then last night in double overtime, you had the Panthers winning 5-4 in double overtime. Now I predicted this to go all seven. Um, our buddy that we work with, Wanzel, the hockey guy, I asked him if he thought Edmonton would win it. He said he wouldn't think. He think Florida would repeat.
He
He
thinks.
yeah, he said Edmonton didn't go out and get no goalie on the offseason. So they only got one guy, one goalie. That's it. There's no depth at the goalie's position. So, and the Panthers has got like three good goalies. So
Mm,
he thinks that's going to be the key factor in the Panthers repeating. But as it stands of right now, it is 1-1 with the Stanley Cup. I'm still going to say Edmonton's going to win it. Um, we'll see what happens and everything. Like I said, I ain't been able to watch no sports. Tell you the truth, I haven't. Um, I love watching sports, but I just ain't had the time to.
right. I'm gonna go with Edmonton too. Now that goalie, only having one goalie, that may come in as a factor. That might happen, but I don't see that as gonna be. I'm still gonna go Edmonton. I think they want revenge. It's what you call it. Anytime that Florida Panthers last year, they took a 3-0 nothing lead on them. Edmonton came back and won the next three to tie it up and may force a game seven. They just couldn't pull it off in game seven.
Yeah,
So
I think this will go to a game seven. Um, but we'll see. They they play again Monday at on the night. That that will start at 8 o'clock on TNT or True TV or Max, wherever you want to watch it. That's where it's going to be at Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Um, and since we're already talking about playoffs, we'll go to the NBA playoffs. They got game two tomorrow on ABC at 8 o'clock p.m. The Pacers pulled one off on the last seconds
yeah,
to
they
take
did.
game was it 111 to 110.
Yep.
And I sent you some information. And it was showing viewership. We've talked about this with the NBA, how it's lacking bad when it comes to people watching the NBA anymore. And they only had 8 to 9 million people watching game one of the NBA Finals, which is the lowest since they started recording it, I think, in '88. Um, except for the COVID year, they excluded
Oh yeah,
that.
when they had the tournament, the what was it? The dome turn
Yeah,
tournament.
but that COVID had nothing to do with that. People were staying home, so they still could have watched it. They just didn't. But 8 to 9, think about that. That's down there to where the women's at.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So what's that tell you? It's not looking good for the NBA.
No, it's not.
So, and I'm gonna tell you this, and I could be wrong. Even if LeBron was in the finals, I don't think it would have changed it much.
No, I don't know. You got because he's the Lakers. I think when I was telling you earlier, I think it was because of the draws. These two, they're two smaller cities. You got Oklahoma City and you got Indiana, which play in Indianapolis. Those are two smaller cities. I think it would have been better if it was New York would have went. That's a larger city. It's going to draw
Or
more crowd.
Cleveland,
If Cleveland would have went, that'd have
yeah,
drew a larger crowd. Or even if the Lakers would have went, it would drew a larger crowd.
yeah. But yeah, I do think this was well since Pacers took game one, I think this is gonna go all seven.
I
Um,
think so too.
this another will be game seven, along with the NHL will be game seven. Um, and I think Thunder will rebound. I mean, Thunder led the whole game.
Yeah, them losing is their fault. They let Indiana just stick around, hang around. It's just like they were blowing leads. Like, oh, we got this. We're at home. We have the best record in the league. Oh, this is our year. Blase, blase, and they got surprised.
They did, and they they just blew it. Halliburton for Indiana had let's see here. Let's go to the game cast here, and from that game, well, hold on here.
I want to see if
Well,
I could bring up the game winning shot. Do 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 do.
well, I don't know what happened here. Okay, that's what it was. All right, now box scores from the other night. I got them up now.
Cool
Um,
beans.
and the thing is, I mean, Indiana, you had Siakam. Is that how you say him? Siakam?
Siakam.
Siakam. Siakam had 19 points. Uh, Neesmith had 10. You had Turner with 15. You had Niembert with 14. And you had Halliburton with 14. And then Toppin had 17 points on the bench. Um, then the rest of the bench contributed what they needed. They needed every point. You Thomas Bryant had 5. You had McCollum had 9. And you had Matherin had 5, and then Shepard had 3. So everybody that played scored for Indiana Pacers, and they needed that. And who made that? Who was it that made that game-winning shot? Siakam,
Halliburton.
Halliburton.
Yeah, it was Halliburton made that game winner.
And going for we're looking at OKC. Um, in the starting lineup, you had you had Holgren had 6 points. You had Williams 17. Alexander had 38 points. Dort 15. Wallace 6. And on the bench you had Corso. He played 28 minutes. He had 11 points. Hartenstein had 9 points, playing 17 minutes. Um, it's just they the Pacers had more players in double digits.
Right.
All right, you would think you would see that from OKC, but they had one, two, three, four, five, 6 players in double figures. Indiana did. All their players scored. OKC bench went a little bit deeper. Maybe I think one or two more deeper. But they've had let's see, one, two, three, only 4 players in double figures. OKC, that was it. So it was all on the shoulders of Alexander
Yeah,
for
SGA.
OKC. Yep. So I think they'll turn things around. This game 2 tomorrow, I think they'll tie it up 1-1. Thing is, if they lose tomorrow to the Pacers,
If they lose tomorrow, Pacers got it.
they do
Pacers got it.
because I'd say OKC may take one in Indy, but Indy's going to win one of those two, so they'll go up
Hmm.
3-1, going back to OKC. So yeah, if Indy wins that one tomorrow, it could be over and done for them.
Yeah. Y'all might want to get y'all DraftKings picks in order.
So that's where we're at with the NBA basketball, and you got all kinds to talk about with the women's, and I'll let you get started with it.
Oh, the women's. Right now, I'm watching it. It's halftime right now, though. I'm watching that Indiana Fever and Chicago game. I had turned the sound down and everything, but Fever is still without Caitlin Clark. They talking about some Caitlin should be back Tuesday's game versus the Dream. This right now they got. Did you know? I learned this. I just recently learned this. So I'm asking you, did you know how like the NBA have that in tournament that tournament where they get the trophy?
Mhm.
You know the women's got one too?
So that's where the men got it from. The
Maybe
men,
so.
the men's got copied the women to make them feel
Yeah.
better.
The difference is that's how I learned it because the women's ball is white and orange is the official ball. But then I seen they was playing with the black and white ball, and when they're playing with the black and white, that's when the tournament goes. So this is a tournament game. Each team plays 5 of their regular season games is considered part of the Commissioner's Cup is what they call it. And so this one that they got going on right now is a Commissioner's Cup game. This will be the Chicago Sky's first Commissioner's Cup. The Indiana Pacers, I mean not Pacers, Fever. This is their second Commissioner's game. Their last game, I forgot who they just played last recently and who they beat. It'll come to me. But that was their first Commissioner's Cup game of this season. This was number 2. They're currently up at halftime, 41-28. Angel Reese is not playing as bad as she started, or as bad as game 1 when they played the Fever. She's actually hitting her layup. She's doing horrible from the foul line though. She got fouled and she missed both of them. But I'm not gonna put that on her because it's like everybody in the league so far has been horrible from, well, at least the games that I've watched. They have been horrible from the line. It's like they can't hit a free throw to save their lives. I mean, it's horrible. But that's one of the things they need to improve. They need to improve that free throw shooting so they can get people into watching it. And the layups, so many blown layups. But in this game's going pretty good. There wasn't no blown layups. They had a game earlier, the Aces versus the Valkyries, and that was a game that it was also a Commissioner's Cup game. And I didn't watch it because I just thought, and there I go, this is what I get for thinking. I just thought the Aces had this, the Valkyries being an expansion team. Not only did the Valkyries win the game, they beat the living daylights out. Beat them by almost 30 points. The final score was 68-95.
Wow.
It was horrible. Oh, it was so horrible. Aja Wilson was getting blocked. She had one play that she actually looked like Angel Reese. She went up, they blocked it, and she got the rebound, went up again, and got blocked again. I was like, wow. Like I said, I didn't watch the game, but I seen that in the highlights. But it was horrible. And we got one more of the game tonight. The Storm plays. Who do they play tonight? I forgot who I text that they played tonight. But
hold on, I'll tell you real fast. They play. I just had it up. They play Mercury.
yes, the Mercury and the Storm go tonight. So that'll be tonight's game, the late game. And
Last
this
night,
Fever one is supposed to be on CBS. And you usually can watch it on Paramount Plus. I'm, in fact, watching it on YouTube.
Last night you had the Dream and the Sun. The Suns beat the Dream
Yeah.
84-76. And
Yeah.
then Sparks beat the Wings 93-79. Those Wings are 1-8. They are done. 9
Yeah.
games into the season, and they're they're done.
I was trying to get a clip of that game. I was recording it earlier, but actually I got the clip of another game. Uh, but it's not the one I wanted. I was trying to get the Dejanay had another foul, but they only called it for a common foul. She pulled that woman's hair and she just pulled it down to her. It was so funny. And then she hit the floor and she did like this, put her hands up like, well, I didn't do nothing. I'm like, come on now, y'all got to realize that even if it wasn't the fact that we in 2025, it could have been 1980. You still got a camera on you watching you do this.
It does.
And she plays like, oh, I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. I didn't do nothing. And you clearly can see her pulling the girl's hair, and it's like,
Like them NFL football players when they were like, I wasn't holding. Yeah, you was.
yeah.
I mean, you go ahead and do that. You're guilty. You're saying I'm guilty. I did it. But we'll see tomorrow. Let's see what games we got going on at the women's NBA. Tomorrow you've got the Suns and the Mystics.
That'll be a good one. I think the Mystics will take it. The Sun are, I hate to say, even though they got one more win, now they got 2 wins. The Dallas is 1 win, but I think honestly the Sun is actually the worst team in the league. I think the Sun will fall back. And Dallas will come up to number 12.
Well, the Sun is 2-6 right now. Mystics are 3-6, and then you got the Lynx 8-0 playing the 1-8 Wings.
Oh,
Could that be an upset? Could that be an upset, Braun? Like
oh
today?
no. Well, it could be if Dejanay hurt about 4 or 5 of their players. Because that's the one X factor they got. It's like, oh, the Wings is right now is the worst team in the league. We should be able to win it. Oh, but you got Dejanay. Dejanay played dirty.
That's the game slate for tomorrow. Monday, you got the Valkyries playing the Sparks.
That'll be a good one. I think the Valkyries will take that. I thought the Valkyries were going to be sorry as an expansion team, and they're not all that good, but they're not all that bad. So I think they will finish in the middle.
They're 3-5 right now. They're playing 3-6 Sparks.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that.
Depending on when, I don't know when Cameron Brinks is going to be back. I know she's supposed to be back sometime. They said she should be back mid-June. And here's the thing. Even though she come back, I don't know, she might have a lot of rust on her. She hasn't played in over a year.
Yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. You got anything else with the women's NBA?
Nah, I got another. Or should I tell everybody what I told you the other day? What I found out? Because Dejanay might just be being Dejanay. I mean, when I found out, I was shocked. But for our fans and I'm going to come out and say it. If you don't know why Dejanay acts the way she does, Dejanay's all she is daddy's girl. And if you knew who her daddy was, I was watching another podcast, and they were talking about her dad was a former NFL player. So I looked him up. Yep, her dad played free safety for the Denver Broncos. He played 8 years in the NFL. This guy, I was trying to look up footage to see if I can get some footage to show some of the hits he did, but I couldn't get none on him. But she's just being daddy's girl. So she's out there, when they talking about she out there hitting like a linebacker and all that other stuff, yeah, it's hereditary.
All right, we'll go move on some MLB, some baseball scores. Today, you had a slate of games like they always do on the weekend. You had the Reds and the Diamondbacks playing in Cincy. They finished it in 10 innings. The Reds won 4-3 over the Diamondbacks. Right now, in the bottom of the 5th in New York, the Red Sox are beating the Yankees 8-5. The bottom of the sixth in Milwaukee, you've got the Padres beating the Brewers 1-0. You've got a few games that ain't started yet at 9:38 in Anaheim. You've got the Mariners and the Angels are going at it. You got in Colorado at 9:40. The Mets is going to mile. Well, I say mile high, but it's mile high
Right.
city there in Colorado, and then in Oakland, A's are playing the Orioles at 10:05. Here's a rundown of the rest of your finals. You had the Cubs beating the Tigers in Detroit 6-1, and Detroit had the best record at one time in baseball. Right now, Tigers are 42-24, and Chicago is 40-24. Um, you had the Blue Jays beating the Twins 5-4 in Minnesota. The Dodgers got beat by the Cardinals in St. Louis 2-1. The Phillies went to Pittsburgh and the Pirates beat them 2-1. The Rangers beat the Nationals 5-0 in DC. The Braves got beat by the Giants 3-2 in San Francisco. And there must have been a double header today with the Diamondbacks and the Reds because the Reds beat the Diamondbacks 13-1 in game one. And then Astros beat the Guardians 5-3 in Cleveland in 10 innings. Another 10-inning game in Tampa Bay, and the Marlins beat Tampa Bay Rays 11-10. And then the Royals go to Chicago, and the White Sox beat the Royals 4-1. That's a rundown of the games for today and your scores. Going with some standings right now. We'll run down them. We didn't really touch much on this last weekend because we had our guest speaker, Judah
Right, we
Price.
sure did. We had Judah.
We ran out of time. The Yankees are still leading the division in the American League East, 39-23. 5 games behind them is the Blue Jays. In the Central, the Tigers are still on top, 42-24. The Twins are 7 games behind them at 34-30. Out west, the Astros got a 3-game lead at 36-28 over the Seattle Mariners, who are 32-30. Over in the East, in the National League, you got the Mets are leading that division as of right now, 40-24. 3-game lead on the Phillies. My Braves have fell into 4th place in that division now, and the Nationals are 30-34. The Braves are 27-36. I'd say the Braves are done now. They got their little spiel to get back up there for a little bit.
Right, yeah.
The Cubs are leading the Central at 40-24. 4 games behind them is the Cardinals at 36-28. And then out west, the Dodgers has got a half a game lead. You hear that? Half a game lead on the Padres. Who the Padres are playing now, if the Padres would win, would be in a tie out west. They'll be, if a Padres win, they'll be 37-26, which winning percentage wise would throw them ahead of the Dodgers. At least I think so. I could be wrong with my math. But and then 1 game out is in the 3rd place is the Giants at 37-28. That is the rundown with the Major League Baseball.
Cool beans.
Go with some college baseball. I'll get it brought up here. You got college playoffs going on right now. I guess you can call it playoffs, but college postseason play.
Yeah. What round is this in college postseason right now? What are they in? Is it just
I don't.
started or?
They have the Mountaineers advanced. This is game 1. They had game 1 of this whatever it's called. It's all confusing to me.
I hear you.
Because whoever wins, they do like kind of the best out of the series. And then whoever pulls from this pool goes on to Omaha, where I guess the final 8, I guess is where it is. I guess the final 8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the final 8 or final 16 or however it is. I don't know. It's a little bit. It's always been confusing to me. Right now, on the top of the 8th, you got UTC UTSA um, playing UCLA. UCLA is up 3-2. There's some finals coming up for you. Arkansas beat Tennessee 4-3. You had Coastal Carolina beating Auburn 4-1. Um, you had Arizona beating North Carolina 10-8, which North Carolina killed Arizona last night.
Yeah.
So now that series is the best out of three. That series is tied up 1-1. West Virginia got beat by LSU 16-9. That's game one of that series. Hopefully tomorrow they can redeem themselves and win that game to tie that series up. Um, then you had Miami beating Louisville 9-6. Duke beating Murray State 7-4. Um, in the LSU, they are in the Baton Rouge Super Regional, which that's where LSU's at. So
Right.
kind of playing like a home game. And then at Chapel Hill, you got North Carolina to the Chapel Hill region. Um, and Auburn Super Regional, and Auburn lost their first game in that one 4-1. So, um, the tomorrow slate of games will be Florida State playing Oregon State. Arizona and North Carolina will be in game 3. Whoever wins that game tomorrow will advance. You've got Duke and Murray State in game 2 of that series. Game 3 of Miami and Louisville, that game is tied up 1-1. You've got game 2 of Arkansas and Tennessee. You've got game 2 of UCLA and UTSA. And then game 2 tomorrow at 6 p.m. is LSU and West Virginia. So we'll see how them games unfold there. And let's see. And that's where we're at. I guess that's about all the games right there.
Right.
So whoever advances in these go to the to Omaha. I'm assuming.
That's cool beans. I'm going for the Mountaineers to at least tie it up because you said it's the best of 3. They lose one more but 16-9. That's kind of a whooping.
It is, and the thing is, here's what I mean. West Virginia has been winning.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, they've had to come back. I mean, by big leads. I mean, late, down 6, 8 runs, come back to win ball games,
Right.
and that's not a good philosophy of winning, playing from behind, because it comes back to bite you in behind later on. Now, LSU's pitching staff's pretty tough. They got one of the best pitching
Right.
staffs in the country, so we'll see how that goes and everything else. But that's where we're at with some college baseball. As you got these games this weekend, should finish them up, and Monday, game 3 if necessary for WVU if they win tomorrow, which I think they can pull it off tomorrow.
Right.
All right, let's go. Men's sports. Let's see here. If we can bring up here. Let's see if there's anything going on in college football right now before we get into NFL. This episode looking like it may be a little
Oh yeah,
short.
because we got some NFL news.
Yeah, we do. So I will say this. I got tickets to the Pitt West Virginia game. I mentioned that before. Well, they had a time set. I don't know what the first time schedule was set. Then they changed it to 3:30 p.m. on September 13th. So we'll see what happens if that holds. That should be a night game.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
hear you.
there's some games. I mean, it's just a night game. Every game they played each other since they've started renewing this rival has been at a night. Either a Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. It's been a night game.
Right. And then I remember when you showed me when we was in the office and you showed me the schedule of the other games I was playing at the same time, and I was like, it's not that they're gonna get beat by ratings by some of these other teams. I I can't remember which ones I've seen, but it was only like one or two that were like bigger than them.
And the other one it's like bigger. It's being played at noon
Right.
because I think it was one was the Notre Dame game. Was it like Texas Tech and Notre Dame or somebody? Or Texas A&M and Notre Dame
Texas
or
A&M and somebody. I think it was
yeah.
Texas A&M and Notre Dame.
So, but I mean, they'll be on ABC like they always will. So I mean, there's no reason why West Virginia couldn't be in a night game on ESPN because you got to think Rich Rod's last game at WVU when he got knocked out of the championship because of Pitt. Now he's back, so there'll be a lot of hype for that.
But then again, you also said ESPN. Because remember, ESPN don't think Caitlin Clark's all that good. She's just hyping all the other stuff. So, I don't know. ESPN might not know what they're doing.
So we'll see. With that being said, and everything right now for that weekend is sold out in Morgantown. Um, they had a couple hotels, Super 8, $500 for a night.
Super 8.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's just crazy. Everything that's going on and everything else. Um, but yeah, I had to mention that. There ain't much news going on. It's not showing here. So the colleges will be paid, and everything else by the schools.
Oh, yeah, that went through.
So that's about it. So we're going over here to some NFL news. Like I said, this is going to be a short episode tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there's not a lot going on with stuff right now. But the biggest news, which Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers for $13 million.
13 million, that's all he got? But
I
oh
think
well, that's good, pretty good. 13 million 1 year deal. And you know what else I found out? I was like, I don't know, it's just a rumor. I just got this from it was on Google, so I was like, it might have some merit to it. And I was thinking it says in it, and I think this is actually true. I believe Aaron Rodgers would have said this. And the reason why it took so long for him to sign is because he waited till after the draft. He told it says what Google told me. What I looked up and found on Google. Google said Aaron Rodgers told the Steelers directly, if they wanted him, they will not draft a quarterback. And guess what? They
they
did
drafted
not.
the quarterback. Yeah. They got Howard.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. What they got? They wouldn't draft Sanders, is what they wanted. He didn't want Sanders there.
Gotcha. Yeah, they got Howard from Ohio State. So they did draft him, which
Right.
I mean, kind of smart. He's a good quarterback. Okay, and
But he's not a threat to Aaron Rodgers.
no, so
Sanders would have been.
he's gonna sit underneath Aaron Rodgers to be able to learn a little bit from him, maybe, unless Aaron Rodgers is gonna be arrogant and be a prick and not help
Oh, he
him.
popped that Achilles again on game one.
So we'll see what happens. And then right here, Colts news. You ready for this? Quarterback Richardson sidelined with shoulder injury. They
And
just need to,
so, who went up there? That's not Daniel Jones. Is not there. Who is up there? Somebody was supposed to be battling. They thought it was going to be battling out with Richardson.
hold on.
I don't think it's Daniel Jones.
It may be Daniel Jones. Let's see. Yeah, it is Daniel Jones.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Daniel Jones.
So he'll just waltz right into the starting lineup.
Yep. We'll see how Daniel Jones plays now. I just don't think he was a good fit there at New York with that line.
I just didn't think he was good.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I I ain't gonna say. I mean, I ain't on it. We'll just see. Change the scenery don't help him any.
Well, I think change the scenery will help him because one thing, well, I'm giving Indiana a little bit too much credit, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it. I'm going to say they have a better line than the New York Giants. I think that offensive line will be better than what he had at the Giants. But like I said, I might be giving them too much credit. I don't know. Because actually, I haven't done any analysis on anybody's line, actually.
Man, old Pac-Man Jones, you remember him?
Yep.
He got arrested again.
Oh, what'd he do?
Alcohol intoxication. That man, he has
Yep,
been
sound
arrested.
like Pac-Man.
That's an old WVU guy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, man, he didn't get in trouble in college.
I know he didn't start wilding out until he got into the NFL.
In Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like he lost his mind and went wild.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. I've only been to Morgantown that one time. They got any strip clubs in there? Because remember, that's where that's where he got in trouble, up in them strip clubs.
Probably so. But that's all the news right now. It's going on. I don't know let's see. That's about it, really.
Yep.
I know. I don't think I had some stuff come in my Chiefs feed and stuff.
Oh, I had something come in. I just knew it was clickbait. It's Andy Reid got killed in a car accident today. That's like, this is the only place I'm hearing it from, so no. That would have been everywhere.
Yeah, it'd have been on top news right here, right now. But with the Chiefs, you got Rasheed Rice. I don't think he's going to be suspended.
Okay.
So you got him, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and that other guy from Utah.
Ain't Juju still there?
Juju's still there. That's why I keep saying I think the Chiefs got the best receiving core in the NFL. May not have the best receiver, but the best receiving core. When it comes down to it, and we just got to see how it goes. I mean, that's a lot of speed to cover.
Right.
I mean, that guy they drafted from Utah State runs, I think, a 4.340 or something like that, 4.440. So that's a lot of speed on the outside to cover, especially you got them four in there 4 times. I mean, think about it. Xavier Worthy, Rice, Hollywood Brown, and that other guy, all 4 of them out there on the field at the same time.
Oh, yeah. You can't you double. I mean, like, who do you double? You got too many people to.
You just give away the run. You let the do a little pop pass, and you drop back 6. That's the only thing you can do. But I mean, there's not much going on right now. If you got anything else in the NFL.
Well, nothing in the NFL, but I was going to say the third quarter of that Fever game is wrapping up. Got a minute and 20 seconds left. It's 63-37 Fever.
Fever's got that wrapped up.
Yeah. Unless I don't, oh no, they play in Indiana, so they're good. You know, they're good. I would like to say we got a big audience today. Thank y'all for tuning in. Feel free to tune into the chat and give you a shout out while we got some time left. We still here for, I guess, a few minutes before we get ready to do that. How we always end them. But other than that, I don't have. Ooh, that was a meeting filed at
We had yesterday. Was it yesterday? What's the day? Today's the 7th. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, today's 7th.
Yesterday was the 6th. And was it 81? D Day was 81 years yesterday. I think it was 81 years old when they hit D Day. I think it was. I seen something. Or was that on the
Yeah,
5th?
it was 81 years yesterday.
Yesterday. Thank veterans for those who paved the way for us for our freedom there.
Yes.
I couldn't imagine being in that would have been horrified. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
those are the real heroes there. I mean, they was pretty much going death sentence is what it was.
It pretty much was.
I mean,
Storming that beach.
yeah, storming that beach and them beaches and stuff. That was just like a death sentence. But thank everybody and everybody that served their country and is serving now. Thank you. Appreciate you all fighting for freedom and everything else. All right. Well, if we don't have nothing or nobody else, ain't got anything like
I
we
don't
always
have anything.
do. We got that quick number if you're thinking about harming and hurting yourself. Dial 988. Dial 1. They'll get you into the people you need to contact and talk to get you the help you needed. Or also you can dial 1-800-273-8255. Get in contact with some people, get the resources you need, or go to your local VA medical center there. Go to the ER, ask for help. Um, don't be afraid to get the help you need. Take that first step. It's hard to take that first step, but once you do, you'll feel a lot better getting the help you need. Especially even the two. I mean, you may even go talk to someone there at the VA or somewhere,
Right.
and it may be a counselor. It's a veteran. I've ran with that before. I mean, and that makes
Mm-hmm.
it a big difference to me. I think being a veteran myself, talking to another vet who can relate um, and stuff. Just keep in contact with your friends, your battle buddies that you served with. Talk to them. Get the and it'll be a big help. I mean, it will.
Yeah. And like I always say, even if you're not a veteran, if you're thinking about harming yourself, dial 988 and they can get you in touch with the people that you need to be talking to.
And like also I say, we got some on here that are veterans that's not serving now. If you're not utilizing the VA medical center, I urge you to. There's a lot of resources there for the veterans. You can get involved with. They even have, I know for our area here in Southern West Virginia at the Beckley VA Medical Center, they have different activities for veterans. They get together to help even with your mental health. Get your comrades together to just they can talk to one another. Um, but that's like me. I'll go ahead and I mean, if I'm out in public and stuff, I'm not too much apt to be opened up to someone else unless it's a veteran or something, and then we get on a subject or something like that. I would open up more freely to another vet than I would just someone else.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you utilize those resources the VA has for you. I mean, they have them. Even if somebody's maybe knows a veteran that's homeless or anything, hey, the VA has got programs. Um,
Yep.
so they can go there to utilize. They'll help you out. I know we've mentioned this. We don't mention it a lot, but we've mentioned it before on these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
There's programs. They got the HUD Bash program. And then last time I couldn't think of the one I utilized years ago. Volunteers of America is who it was that helped me out because they didn't have no more vouchers at the time at the VA.
Right.
So Volunteers of America helped me out tremendously the time I was going through a hard time. So they were there. So I mean, there's things out there to utilize that can help you out.
And then once a month they do the food banks. I don't remember what that is.
Yeah, they do that once a month. Go to your VA, ask them about the food banks, and they get a box of food for the veterans and stuff. So I mean, there's programs out there. You just got to utilize it. And a lot of times the veterans don't know about it.
That's true.
It's not like it's broadcast out anywhere. So if you don't go to the VA, you don't know about it. And even if you do go to the VA, a lot of times it's not even mentioned unless you're going to. I ain't gonna lie. If you go to Seek Mental Health, that's where I learned a lot about a lot of stuff that the VA had was going to mental health.
Right.
That's when they found out a lot about all the programs they had. So
CWT program, that's a big one. I
CWT,
didn't I didn't learn about that one until after I started working at the VA.
yeah. Well, I learned that. I learned about CWT through going to mental health. Um, that's when I got in that program. Did not know nothing about that program.
And CWT is a program to where if you're a veteran, you are currently not working. It's
Composition work therapy is what it's called,
yeah.
and it's you are a patient. You're considered a patient, not an employee, but you get paid, and it's tax free money to get you back on your feet if you're not working, and then really it's a step in the door to get you in at the VA if you want to work at the VA medical.
Right, into the VA hospital. And you'll learn about what they do at the VA hospital. And when a position come open, gives you an opportunity to apply.
Now we went, like I said, I learned I learned about that through the mental health. So I don't know if it's all VA's medical centers are like that. You have to go seek through the mental health. I know it's through CWT program comes through that. So it's and I utilized it, and I got a job at the VA because of it. So there's programs there. Just utilize them. Go ask for help. Get the help you need. Anything else, Beans, you got?
I got nothing.
Well, if you don't have nothing else, y'all have a good night. You stay safe. Watch some baseball, watch some basketball, and some hockey. And we'll see you on the audio this coming week.
Yep. Yep.
Have a
And
good one.
continue watching that game. It's in the fourth quarter right now. 68-39.
Go Fever.
You go Fever. All righty, folks. See you next week.
Have a good one.